it was 15 miles to go to the campsite where we were going to stay at. And I literally had 28 miles worth of gas left. I'm Tony, and this is Laura, and this is our dog Ginger. We escaped the rat race by investing in real estate and hit the road, traveling to freedom across the United States, visiting friends and family. And today we're enjoying a wonderful life. Join us on Fulfilled Freedom. We hope to see you soon. Hi, this is Tony.
And I'm Laura.
And we are Fulfilled Freedom. And today we have traveled up into Wyoming to the Devil's Tower. It's obvious because that's what's behind us.
This has been a bucket item list on Tony's list for many, many years. Ever since the Close Encounters movie came out, what, 40 some years ago?
Almost 43 years ago, 42 years ago. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, yeah.
So he's been wanting to come up here all of these years. And the thing is that this location has only been about 5 or 6 hours from our home, but somehow we never made it up here. We were so busy with our lives and our work and our career and the kids, and we just never made it up here. Now, one time we did take the kids and come up to Mount Rushmore, which is only about an hour away from here, but we were in such a rush to see Mount Rushmore with the kids that we never made it over here. But today, we're here.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So we got up early again. You know, you've probably heard this before on other videos, is it's important to get out early to beat the crowds. Well, yesterday it was like 95. It was extremely hot up here.
We came in the afternoon and we wanted to get up here and see. And so we came up and it was the middle of the afternoon, and big mistake.
It was hot.
It was very hot. It was very crowded.
So we got up here at 7 o'clock. They actually didn't even have a ranger. 7 a.m. this morning. There wasn't even a ranger at the gate. There might have been only 4 cars in the parking lot, maybe. And it's cool and it's nice. So we got up here, and our plan is to take a hike. It's about a mile hike, mile and a half around the tower, and then there's other trails to go on. So we're going to do that. And then when it does get warmed up, just as part of our fulfilled freedom that we've created, we actually have work to do today. We have
our RV life on the road. We
have Wi-Fi access at the campground. We actually have a closing coming up on 6 properties on Monday. And so we got to set up wire transfers today. So we have that little bit of work to do and pay a few bills, but you know, that's about it. But the nice thing about it is that we can stay in our 5th wheel where it's nice and cool and be able to get a little bit of work done. But we spend the mornings and the evenings going out and seeing all of the, I don't want to call them attractions, but all the sights
and the hikes.
It's cooler and less people around, and obviously in the mornings you're going to see more animals, and in the evenings you're going to see more animals because that's when they come out. So
let's go take a hike.
Let's go take a hike. So what's really interesting is looking at the columns that come up, and you look at this rock field that's right below us here, and you can see where columns have actually broken off and fallen down, and it's pretty interesting, pretty cool.
It hasn't happened in at least 200 years when man has discovered this. They don't know when those rocks have fallen, but it has not been in the most current history at all. So it could have happened millions of years ago.
It's just nice and quiet out here this morning. So as we're walking around, we're seeing some items like this here. I'll get a close-up of this. But these are considered prayer cloths. And basically, this area is considered a sacred area. And that as you're walking around the park, we're finding a lot of areas where there are those prayer cloths. And so people come up here and they actually, you know, do and have a lot of prayers. We've noticed so far that there's just a lot of the prayer cloths out around here. Pretty amazing stuff. It's interesting to know 3 possible interpretations, but we actually went on the web and we found out that there was potentially 4 possible interpretations on how the tower was formed. But just listen closely to the birds, and they're the climbers. So if you're looking here, I'm going to point right above that tree right there is where the climbers are. So we're at almost the end of July. It's 7:30 in the morning, and what would you say, you know, the temperature is this morning?
Oh, 72?
72 maybe. So we're just hiking along the trail here at Devil's Tower, and we came to a really nice viewing area. So we want to take a moment and just kind of do a little panoramic shot of the area.
Okay, we're going around.
Yeah.
There's more cloths behind us, prayer cloths, you can see.
So anyway, just kind of, you know, showing the view behind us there. It's pretty awesome
Overlook,
from where we're at. Yeah. But one of the things that we found a little interesting during this recent travels that we had was elevation gain and knowing your rig that you're towing and your tow vehicle, not tow vehicle, but yeah, your tow vehicle, and what's going on with that. And so we started off with a full tank of gas, and we're running a Ram 2500 with a 6.4 Hemi gas engine in it, which it does pretty well, but I mean, I'm not really excited about how well it does climbing. And so we left Yellowstone and coming over to Devil's Tower. But you know, one thing that we didn't do is we didn't check the elevation gain and the area in the mountain passes that we were going to. And
it was quite the climb.
And it was quite the climb. And it wasn't that it was that far. That's what kind of maybe was strange. It was like 150 miles, 158 miles that we had to travel. Had a full tank of gas. And on a full tank of gas, when we're averaging 14 miles to the gallon, you know, I got 300-mile range.
Yeah, no problem.
No
right?
problem. Yeah, right. But as we're making this climb and I'm having to get down to first and second gear, all of a sudden we're at a point where we've got, it was 15 miles to go to the campsite that where we were going to stay at, and I literally had 28 miles worth of gas left.
Too close for comfort.
Just to get there. That's just to get there. Now beyond that was another like 40 miles to get to the nearest gas station. So we're going, Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I had an extra 5 gallons in the back. Actually, there's only 4 gallons in that container. And we dumped that in there, which now
In the
gave
gas
us,
tank.
in the gas tank,
Yeah.
which now gave us like a range of 40 miles left to go. Of course, we're towing a trailer, you know, and it's a 12,000 pound trailer. And we know that we're getting horrible gas mileage. So we made it to the campsite, and we went ahead and we unhooked, because I know that without the trailer, I'm going to get, you know, 14 miles to the gallon in the truck. So we unhooked, and thank God we were like right near the summit. So to get from where we were at down to Buffalo, Wyoming, which was the next closest place to get gas, it was downhill. Thank goodness it was
Yeah.
downhill. And so I want to say I
Filled up the
coasted.
tank.
But anyway, so we unhooked. I drove 45 minutes into town to fill up with gas, to refill our extra tank, 5-gallon tank, and then be able to turn around, go back up to the campground, spend the night there, so then we could get back down here. So I guess lesson learned is that you got to watch your elevation gains and know your tow vehicles to realize that, you know, you may run out of gas. So that was
Hey,
our experience.
you know what? It's part of the adventure.
Yeah. All right, shall we continue on?
Let's go.
All right. So we're in Sundance, Wyoming, and while we're here for a short stay, we took a ride up the mountains to a lookout tower. And this is like way cool. I'm standing up on one of the platforms here of the lookout tower, and just gonna do a 360 of the area behind me. And wow, it's quite interesting, because this is an active lookout tower, and where they still use it for spotting fires out here in the forest area. And so this is like really way cool. I can't believe this. So we're up here. This is just a little bit of information about what happens up here, how long ago it was built. Interesting thing about the military moving in and actually using this as a place to monitor for foreign aircraft coming in. And that site that's right there is actually used to be right out there on that ridge. So again, this is just like way super cool. I've always heard of lookout towers, but never been up one. And like I say, we're not all the way up. You know, I just came up this flight of stairs, but we can take a look up, go up, 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 and there it is way up there. So, all right, and there's Laura. Yay!
We stopped in Spearfish, South Dakota, and we found Spearfish Falls, which was an incredible, beautiful area. There was a small hiking trail along the river that led us into the waterfalls, and we just stayed in that area, took in the sights, and it was just gorgeous.
And along the way, we did take Ginger, so she
Yes.
got to go with us and got to see a lot of people along the hike also. It was really cool.
And the road that took us there, it was I believe Highway 14, and we drove along this scenic route and stopped several places along the route, just taking in the sights and seeing all the beautiful small waterfalls along the way, or beautiful sceneries, mountain areas. It was just a beautiful area.
It was really awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed our journey. This one into Devil's Tower, and then into Sundance at the fire lookout area, and here
in Spearfish. Yeah.
So be sure to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell.
And we encourage you to live your freedom.